Ji'Ayir, I know the loss sucks, but have you been able to reflect at least on how you played, and interception, kind of a clutch tackle there at the end?
Nah, not yet. Still got to cut the tape on, you know. Yeah, not yet. Not yet.
On that tackle on Kelsey at the end of regulation, did you hurt yourself at all?
Yeah, I try to just get him down the best way I knew how, and I knew he was pretty determined to make it into the end zone. And I was gonna do whatever it took to make the play, and kind of delivered a big hit that kind of damaged my shoulder a little bit.
You okay now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Nick, 48 hours after the game, how are you just kind of where you at emotionally and processing everything? Guys, obviously, you're still shaking up.
Definitely feeling it. Yeah, just was hanging out with some of the teammates, trying to distract ourselves from it.
Did you have a quiet moment with your defensive line like
Yeah, we were at the team party, which was nice, and I'm glad I went. Got to hang out with the guys. My brother was there. It was cool, so it was fun.
Did you consider not going?
Not this time. No, I wanted to be around the guys.
Considering this roster will not be the same next year, what did you enjoy most about playing with this 53?
Just being able to trust everybody because of how good everybody was and how special it was. Just the motivation that everybody else brings you every day. It's a really long year, so having people that you love to work with is a key.
Nick, you've unfortunately been through a bunch of these deep postseason runs that didn't end the way you want to, so you probably kind of honed a process for putting it behind you. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, I mean, just have a little fun, do some stuff in the off season early on, and then I love to train, so I'll get back to that.
How much time do you actually take to, rest and not be in the mode of grinding like that?
I'll take a couple weeks of really chill, not much of anything, and then I'll start lifting, and then once I get back to Florida, we'll get back on the field.
Nick, without getting into the minutiae of the salary cap, is there an understanding, either spoken from Shanahan Lynch or just known among you guys, that you're going to be able to keep kind of this core together?
Yeah, I think we kind of understand that. Obviously, we wanted to get it done with this group, but we have the people in place to make another run next year.
Have the deep postseason runs you guys have made, this one kind of stings the most. Can you pinpoint why that is?
It's always tough. Definitely hurts. But definitely proud of our team, what we have accomplished, and proud of our effort. And we have a special group. So those would be the things that I think about, the most from this season.
Arik, have you been able to talk to Dre and kind of where his spirits are?
You can back up, bro.
Have you been able to talk to Dre and where his spirits are right now?
It's tough. Very unfortunate. Wish him well and speedy recovery. Very, very difficult because he started off the game so amazing. And obviously the injury that he has is, career altering, and it's a long road. And so I know there's a lot in limbo for him. And so I'm going to try to support him, the best we can.
Your position unit certainly has a lot of impending free agents. Have you been able to talk to them or just thought about what it might look like next year without some of those guys?
Yeah, it's pretty fresh. It's difficult. Definitely going to suck. And always hard. Teams never look the exact same, and losing guys in our room and other teammates is going to be difficult.
Considering a 53-man roster isn't the same, what did you enjoy most about playing with this particular group this season?
A lot of great memories. You know, a lot of inspiring performances. You know, I felt like a lot of guys grew up this season too. You know, watching BA in his career and the season that he's had, and you know, seeing him as a rookie and now, and watching Brock come into his own. You know, on defense, watching guys have career years and being a part of it, and you know, those are, you know, definitely special to see, you know, guys having a lot of success that are your teammates, and then also too just the memories of, you know, being around, hanging out in the locker room, traveling. Those are things that I'm gonna remember the most.
Arik, will you have to go? Are there any procedures you'll do in the offseason to get you ready next year for 4 years?
Yeah, I thought my season was over with after the Philly game. I tore my meniscus and didn't know if I was going to be able to come back, and was, you know, put in a lot of hard work to get back for the playoffs. And yeah, so I'm going to have to get that taken care of. So still figuring that out.
Is that the really involved meniscus surgery that will take months?
Yeah, it's going to be a little time.
What's your goal as far as when he's back? Training camp or regular season?
We'll see. You know, the time window should be around then for training camp. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what I was dealing with, and you know, wouldn't have missed this run for anything. I'm glad I was able to get back and help my team get to the Super Bowl and try to win one. Like I said, our team is too special, and I wouldn't have missed that for anything.
What was your pain level playing after that tear?
I mean, everything has pain involved, but it was difficult. You know, really wasn't all the way myself, but you know, was glad to be out there and contribute in some way.
Were you still dealing with plantar fasciitis on top of that too? Foot designation also.
Yeah, I was throughout that time, but that started feeling better when I got back for the playoffs. But up to that point, yeah, that was bothering me too.
Which knee was it, or is it?
My right knee.
Was there a play in particular in that Eagles game, or was it just kind of a culmination?
No, yeah, it happened early in the game, like the second or third play. So.
And did you just let the adrenaline get you through that game?
Yeah, I knew something was wrong.
As a leader, is it how difficult is it to console other teammates that obviously has all different emotions and you wear it differently, but how do you deal with that when maybe a guy's in tears? Do you go approach them, chat with them? How do you encourage guys in a tough loss like that?
Yeah, everybody's in little different spots, and some handle it better than others. You know, when guys are really down, obviously you want to try to help them and give some perspective, and you know, that perspective is, it does hurt, but football isn't the only thing in life. At the end of the day, we are blessed to be doing what we're doing, and a lot of people deal with much tougher situations than losing a football game, and that doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't be affected by it, but put it in perspective, and you know, we'll learn and grow from it, and it'll start feeling better. And it's all about how you, in terms of football and your career and how you view it, you know, will determine, you know, how you do, you know, moving forward. Do you let it fuel you or make you better, or you know, do you go in a hole and not get better from it?
And what sucks is you have to go back to the ground zero and start all over again.
Was read option something that you expected Patrick Mahomes to use? lose in that game? Had he done that in the past to that extent?
I mean, there was only one play that he ran read option. It was that one where he went for 20 yards or something like that. The 4th and 1 play was more of a run pass option where, you know, they're kind of doing a sprint out and he just turns it into a run play himself. Like that's just kind of how he is. He can really just, you know, make things happen, you know, do certain things on a play where it might have been a thing for other guys. So, but yeah, no, it's not like we had a plan for him, like a Lamar Jackson type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
this team, a lot of teams in NFL history that have seen tough title game losses, Super Bowl losses, we haven't heard from them after that. This team has, I think, already proven that you could bounce back from some of these scars. What is it outside of just the sheer talent on the football field and the building that you think has allowed this team to bounce back in the past and obviously you expect to bounce back moving forward?
yeah, just guys that are, you know, made of the right stuff, guys of high character. You know, it's not easy. I'll say that. You know, I stand up here talking about it as if, you know, like, oh, I guess Fred's good, but it stays with you all the way. You know, even back in 19 when we lost that one, that stays with you. You know, it gets easier, but it's going to stay with you all the way through. And the thing that that gives me hope is knowing how much it means to me, how much it means to his organization, how much it means to Kyle and the players and John, and like the things that make up a championship team. I know we have those things. You know, you gotta act the way of a champion before you are a champion, and so I know it's not a thing of if, it's just when, you know, and it sucks that, you know, it wasn't this time, you know, because it should have been, but like I said, not if but when.
Have you actually watched the tape? A lot of guys said that they haven't yet.
Yeah, I watched it. I'm always eager to watch right away. Just because there's certain moments in the game where things are happening, you don't really know what exactly happened in the moment, but then you go back and watch, and you're like, okay, well, you know, that's why that happened, or certain things. So I watched it.
Right. It seems like the general consensus from talking to guys who have been on the team for a while is that this, of all the deep postseason runs, had the most painful ending. Can you pinpoint why that is, if you agree?
I mean, I think they're all painful. I don't know if there's like a level of pain. I think the reason why people may be saying that is because of the fact that, you know, you see it right there in your hands. You know, there's moments in that game where you're thinking you got them exactly where you want them, and then, you know, they take it from you. So that's why it hurts a little bit more. You tell yourself leading up to it, like there's no other option but to win. You know, and that's how you have to do it, because if you're going into it thinking, oh, there may be a chance we lose, well, you're probably going to lose. You know, you got to go into it with everything you got in your heart. And so when it's ripped out of you, it's like you weren't prepared for it, you know, because you were only thinking of one option the entire time. So, yeah, that's probably why it hurts.
Brad, have you spoken to Dre, and just how is he doing these last few days?
Yeah, I've spoken to him. Obviously, he's down, but he has a good mindset about it, and you know, he's just eager to get the surgery done so he can get right into rehab and get back to work. I have no doubt in my mind he'll come back better than he was. He's made of the right stuff, and yeah, he'll be back.
Did you know immediately how he hurt himself when that was happening?
Yeah, no, I knew what it was right away, just because of the way it happened and his pain on the ground. I knew he's dealing with an Achilles for a while now, and so it wasn't a shock to me.
Brad, what was your assessment? Just had it first year, what with Steve Wilkes?
You know, I thought it went well. I think people are obviously going to be critical just because of you know, when you go from having the number one defense one year and then a guy comes in and you're not the number one defense again, it's like, oh, well, what happened? Well, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it, and it was a hard job for him all along because he was coming into a system where it was something that he didn't run. You know, he had to come and learn what we did, and you know, we were the number one defense a year ago, and it's hard to sustain that type of play, but we still were a top defense in this league, and I think we played our best ball when it was needed.
Fred, when you watched the film, what did you pick up from it, or when you rewatched it?
Yeah, I mean, I just can't speak to how proud I was watching it. Yeah, we had a plan because nobody gave us a chance in that game, especially defensively, to play against those guys. And you know, when we were up 10-3 at half, and we said we had to go out and finish. And we had, like I said, we had opportunities at the end of the game, at the end of overtime, to go out there one last time and make that stop that we needed or take the ball away, and we just didn't do it. And, you know, I look at myself and where I could have made a play or two there. And so that's really what it came down to, but I can't speak to how proud I am of the guys.
What do you think about Mahomes in those situations? You've seen it now a couple times in big games when Patrick gets it. You know, you guys shut down for 3+ quarters last time and did a good job for, you know, most of this game, and then come down the, you know, fourth quarter, those drives. What is the difficulty of dealing with him in those kind of situations?
Yeah, I mean, he's just he's a gamer. He's a gamer through and through. You know, he has that ability to use his legs when he needs to. He can make the off-schedule throws, and he knows where the ball's supposed to go when you pressure him. So you can't just sit back and play, you know, zone coverage because, you know, he can run the ball. You can't just blitz him because, you know, he'll get the ball where it needs to go. You know, I have a lot of respect for him. He earned it.
Brandon got really emotional talking about this particular group of guys. What is it about this team that made it so special?
Yeah, I mean, it was a special group. I think every year is a special group here. You know, I don't know any different. I think the Niners I'm so grateful to have been drafted to an organization like this because I don't know any different. And we bring guys in who football means a lot to them. You know, and we go through hard things throughout a season together. You know, a 3-game losing streak where, you know, people are like, oh, well, is it the same? You know, or is it the same Niners that we thought they were? And so you got to come out of that. And you know, some of those games there in the postseason where you think all hope is lost and you come back and you win those moments. And it's like you go through such hard things throughout the season, and then to not come up with the ultimate goal, it hurts. And you know, you build such special bonds with your teammates. So yeah, it sucks when you know it's not going to be the same group next year.
Brandon specifically, you pushed him. You talked about how you pushed him. How important is he to this team?
Yeah, I'm super proud of Brandon. His growth and development as a player, as a you know, a teammate to the rest of the team has been so amazing to see. And I saw something in him early, and I knew that, you know, I wanted to see it brought out of him. So that's why I did push him, and that's why I was on him. And I'm not sitting here saying I made Brandon who he is by any means at all. Like, Brandon made who Brandon is, and you know, he's just getting started. That's the scary part for the league, is that, you know, he has so much room for improvement, you know, on top of already being an All-Pro and Pro Bowl receiver. So, yeah.
But given the success that Chiefs have had, is there a sense of, I don't think a lot about AFC teams, that this is going to be the team that we're probably going to have to overcome at some point? And if so, how much will you think about what you can do to overcome that team in the coming months?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've earned that right to be the team that, you know, teams have to look to that we got to knock them off. And I mean, I haven't really thought much about that yet. I'm always just thinking about, you know, where did we go wrong? Where could we have been better? You know, in those crucial situations, those critical moments, because it's not really about how you start; it's about how you finish at the end. And yeah, you know, you think you're prepared, but there's always another level of preparation there.